Hey guys, welcome to Heart to Talk, the podcast. I am your host, Teresa Caesar, and you are tuned into episode 25. So excited to open up season 3 of Heart to Talk, the podcast with my biz bestie, Annette Mariel. She's also my cousin, and she's just beyond brilliant. She is a holistic nutrition consultant, the founder of Sexy Hormones and Captivate, which is a holistic wellness women's retreat. She's doing amazing things in the world by inspiring and helping people change their lives from the inside out. She teaches women how to feel radiant, confident, sexy, magnetic, and captivating. I bring to you my conversation with your new wellness BFF.
Wow.
So excited.
Believe it. It's been a year.
Yeah. It's
first episode.
Yes. So much magic happening. But in order to create magic and be sustainable and living our dream life, it's so important to take care of ourselves. So I'm happy to bring you on to talk about the one thing I see with so many people, especially women, is exhaustion. They're tired from morning till night. They're just burnt out.
Yes. There's many different factors, but the one thing that everyone can do, I usually work with women, but this applies to men as well, is focus on getting your adrenal glands strong. So if you have a low adrenal glands, it causes not really noticeable unless you have extreme adrenal fatigue. It causes it where you feel just a little bit out of it. But when it's a spectrum of fatigue, you can feel really bad one day and really good the next day, or it depends on the time of day. And so you feel kind of crazy because you're not sick. You look healthy to the world, but then internally everything feels like a chore. Everything feels hard. And you and I are in the same space, in this heart-centered business entrepreneur space. And we know how important it is to have our energy on our side. Because when we don't create as much. We don't show up as powerfully. We don't make powerful decisions. We are stuck in the day-to-day grind because that's all we have energy for. But when we have the energy to sustain us throughout the day, we're able to dream. We're able to visualize the life we deserve, and then we're able to take action on it.
That is incredible. You really described about 95% of the people I know, and me at one time before I got to learn and take your classes of the power of the adrenal. So tell us the purpose of the adrenal glands. Obviously, a culprit to these symptoms we talked about.
Yes. So these glands are small but mighty, and they are part of the endocrine chain of command. And they help you regulate your body's stress response. They produce adrenaline and cortisol, and which are the chief flight and fight hormones. So when you are in a fight or flight mode, the adrenal glands are the fighting force behind that feeling. So the endocrine system is a series of glands that produce and secrete hormones. So I think when people mention adrenal glands, because we don't understand them, we don't take them seriously. So I think it's important to kind of explain their influence, why they're so important to take care of, and what they do for our resiliency, our energy, our endurance, and the quality of our life.
Where are they located? Where are the adrenals?
The adrenal glands are two small glands about the size of large grapes. So they're really not that big. They sit over the kidneys. They are located towards the back of the body, near the bottom of your ribs on each side of the spine.
So here's my next question. We talked about symptoms. We talked about the purpose, where they're located. What causes them to start giving you the problems?
We live in a society where we have chronic stress. It's just a part of our everyday life. And chronic stress can look like phone notifications, environmental toxins, sugar and white flour, that's really huge, negative people, prescription drugs, acute infections or chronic infections, lack of exercise or too much exercise, too much caffeine, birth control, relationship stress. So the adrenal glands are the glands that help you navigate stressful situations. So whatever stressor you have during the day, they're the ones that help you hopefully have a good response to it. But because we're being hit by stressors all day, like before, we never had phone notifications 24/7. So that's why it's really important to have boundaries over your phone, to make sure you are turning off, like dimming the lights at night. And Teresa and I both love the blue light blocking glasses. That's really important because I mentioned this before, the blue light is a morning light. And if the eye see blue light at night, it signals them to wake up. And we naturally stay awake later because we have all of these lights around us.
So to summarize and give someone a way to gauge if they have adrenal fatigue, what are some ways that they might feel? Can you describe?
Yeah, sure. A big indicator is if you have difficulty waking up in the morning, if you feel wired but tired at night, if you have PMS. This is a side note for women. Women tend to have lower adrenal glands during that time of the month. So it's important to support your adrenal glands. If you have low libido, if you crave sugar, salt, and carbs a lot and you just can't control it, if you have weight gain around your midsection. One last one, if you feel dizzy, lightheaded when you get up. I know when I had extreme adrenal fatigue, I had that all the time and I thought it was normal. If you feel anxious, the moment you start helping your adrenals by helping with some key lifestyle changes, some adding in some supplements, adding in some key foods that help them, you start to feel more powerful. You start to make them stronger. It's like going and working out in the gym. It doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to see the results overnight, but if you do it consistently for a matter of, even a month, you will feel significantly better.
That's great to know. So, as we are winding down this episode, could you summarize the purpose of the adrenal glands and why they're so important so people don't overlook? They can actually listen to this episode and go away being empowered, knowing about their adrenals.
Of course. So when your adrenal glands are functioning optimally, you wake up feeling energetic and optimistic. You seek out opportunities to engage your mind and your body because you have the vigor to do more, to create more, and to be more. The purpose of your adrenal glands is to help your body cope with the stressors of life. And when you give them more love and attention, you're able to reach for more because you have more bandwidth, you have more energy. That is pretty much the purpose of them. I know how debilitating fatigue can be. And to the world, you look crazy because you look healthy. This is a type of fatigue that most of the time does not get better with a good night's sleep. This is years and years of chronic stress hitting the adrenal glands, making them work harder and harder. And one day they just can't work that hard. They need support. So sometimes, the women that I work with, they feel almost crazy because they're doing all the right things, yet they're still fatigued. You do need a little bit extra support in the beginning to help them, to help boost them and heal them faster.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. So, what are some tips, some takeaways?
If your audience wants to join my masterclass, I'm going to give a lot more there. But here are the main ones where you can start like literally doing today when you are listening to this episode. Minimize the blue light at night. Whatever you have to do that. I saw, I don't know how good they are, but I actually saw blue light blocking glasses at Target in the dollar section, but they're the ones that were $3. And I'm like, wow, that's nice. But you can order blue light blocking glasses on Amazon. So I highly recommend it if you can't avoid your computer or the phone. Get some sun in the morning. When you first wake up, it's important to get some sunlight. It helps reset your circadian rhythm. Start to learn boundaries around people. And this is a hard one. It's hard because it takes time. And sometimes it's hard because, you have to see certain people. But it's good to start moving in that direction. Another one is if you're over exercising and you can't lose weight, pull back the exercise a little bit and instead go on long walks, maybe a few times a week, and maybe do some weightlifting. That doesn't increase your cortisol, but it'll give you the exercise that you need. Maybe you do 1 day of high intensity training rather than like 4 days. So it depends on how you feel. You have to listen to your body. And another one is at night, there is a window when the adrenal glands get repaired. So it's from 11 to 1 in the morning. And the next window is from 7 to 9. So you want to hit one of those windows. So you want to be in bed asleep before 11. So you get that window from 11 to 1. And if you don't get that window, you want to make sure you can. I know a lot of people can't. If you can sleep from 7 to 9 in the morning.
Oh, nice. Great tips. Definitely some golden nuggets. So do you want to tell us, before we close up with our ending questions, about your masterclass, which I'm so excited.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. So my masterclass, I'm so excited about this. It's been in the works for a very long time. And what I just said today is a summary of what I'm going to be going over. And if you're feeling any of these symptoms, I would highly recommend taking it because I give you immediate action steps to take. I give you what has taken me years to learn. I give you the roadmap.
That's incredible. Love it. Love it. And of course, all Annette's information will be in all my posts. All right. So before we close up this episode, I've got to ask you my ending questions. It's tradition. And we're going to do a little fun one here. Annette, I want to ask you, who is your celebrity crush?
Wow. So Paul Walker is my, unfortunately he passed away, but there hasn't been a celebrity where I'm like, oh my God, like, wow, since Paul Walker. So I'm sure a lot of women can relate to that. He was a cutie.
Yes, I would vote for him too, for sure. Annette, second question. What is the driving force that keeps you motivated and inspired every day?
My driving force every day is knowing that my work is helping women, not only my friends and family, but all over the world, is impacting them, and hearing from them daily how just a little shift in their routine and their wellness routine has given them so much more energy to explore the possibilities of their dreams. I'm addicted to that now. And being an example of that. If I'm preaching that every day, I also want to be an example of that. And it's addicting. I know you know this, Teresa. Once you see it, once you're in this world, once you know that you can help impact in your specific way, there's no way you can look back. You can only move forward.
Oh, that was beautifully said. Well, thank you for your work. You inspire me every day. And the last question, you teach a lot of us women and men how to be healthy from the inside, right? But you also look amazing, have amazing skin, and have so many incredible beauty tips.
Yeah.
Can you tell us your philosophy on beauty?
Yes. Well, holistic beauty is a big part of my brand. And when you take care of the inside, the outside naturally shines. You're naturally radiant. And just going back to the adrenal glands, when you strengthen your adrenal glands, your eyes are going to look bigger. You actually are going to have less crow's feet. Sometimes if you have really low adrenal glands, you have crow's feet, even if you're young. I truly believe there's no amount of bronzer that can compete with that natural radiance that's shining from within.
Ooh.
And I like to support the body in many different ways. So I love gua sha. It's a stone I use on my face every day, and that builds up collagen. It gets the blood moving. And also my philosophy on beauty is, I'm going to read a quote here. It's my favorite quote. This pretty much sums up my philosophy. There is a fountain of youth. It is your mind, your talents, the creativity you bring to your life, and the lives of people you love. When you learn how to tap this source, you will truly have defeated age. And that's by Sophia Loren. And I absolutely love Sophia Loren. I truly believe that the fountain of youth is you diving deep into your passions unapologetically. Because when you, even when you make a mistake, even when you fall down, you are going to get back up because you are passionate about what you're doing. And that light is going to shine through your eyes, and that light is going to inspire others to do that for their lives.
I do hope you enjoyed my conversation with Annette Mariel. Again, thank you so much for tuning into Heart to Talk the podcast. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, tell all your friends about this podcast. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook for updates and more. Otherwise, I'll be back in 2 weeks.